Hi guys and welcome back. And yes, I think there are some catalysts for the Bitcoin price movement which will be imminent either to the upside or to the downside. But I'm gonna show you today in which direction I'm actually more leaning to based on-chain data and also TA that I found here on the chart that we need to talk about today. So, and if you want to know what that is and where the Bitcoin price might be going here already next week, then definitely stick around here. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, liking this video, and also activating the bell to never miss out on these important updates. So let me move the micro a little bit closer to me. And sorry about this light that you see here, so yeah, it's a little bit too bright. I don't know what happened here with the lighting. That's now so crazy instead of yesterday. So, but let's get to the charts here. Let's start with the on-chain data. So first of all, when we are looking at the Bitcoin volatility index, we can clearly see here on that chart that we haven't been that low for quite a while already on that Bitcoin volatility index. So, and that basically just measures the price movement of Bitcoin, how volatile it is in either direction. It doesn't really give you a clue in which direction it goes. It just tells you that right now, when the volatility is low, we are kind of stuck in a range. And that is exactly what we are seeing also in the chart. But normally what happens is after we are getting volatility back, we are then, of course, seeing big price swings either to the up or to the downside. When we are now moving on to Glassnode, what we can see here, and then you understand already the direction where I'm actually going with this overall, with that catalyst, is that overall the Bitcoin whales holders are bottoming out and starting to increase based on this chart here. And I want to show you examples where that always happens. It always happens at the end of a bear market where we get like a rounding bottom, and then the whales addresses are increasing until we hit then a new all-time high. So when we go back here into 2013, so you can see here we had here a massive increase of whales. So there was, of course, there were a lot of people holding a lot of Bitcoin, and yeah, that just led then to the creation of a lot of whales that were born with the price rising like that. So I'm not really, yeah, I'm kind of counting that here. So here you can see then into 2014, we got here rounding a bottom or a capitulation, whatever you want to call that, and then a slowly grind back up here until 2016, where the halving was, and then we were running here into the all-time high, and then we saw a slowly decline in whale addresses because everybody was taking profit and the bear market was starting, and then we got here a rounding bottom. So for me, the rounding bottom goes here until August 29, 2019, because we had here also the whole COVID, the whole locked in bullshit, where we could not get anywhere. So that's why this period is quite extensive compared to other periods in the market. And then again, we had a new bull run. The whale holders were increasing until we got here again our top in 2021, and then slowly declining. And here, this looks right now again like a rounding bottom where whales start to accumulate more for the next bull run. So the addresses of new whales, in my opinion, will only increase over the next couple of weeks, months, and potentially the next year or two until we hit a new all-time high, and they are starting to take profit. And every time when the whale addresses were starting to increase, the price did gradually the same thing. So, and that is of course logical if there are a lot of people, institutions, private people with a lot of money, if they are flocking into an asset, it doesn't have to be Bitcoin, and there's scarcity in that asset, and there's more demand than supply, of course the price has to appreciate to the upside. And that's what we are basically seeing here by whales coming into the market and buying up whatever they can swallow, and then the price has to go up. So, and something similar will be happening here again over the next couple of weeks, months, potentially 1 to 2 years. Also, when we're looking on the exchange outflow of Bitcoin, people taking off more and more coins off the exchanges. So here we got here a small spike. If I can get to it. Okay, don't really get all the way up to there. But you saw here last month a small spike, and that was because Bitcoin went up. That was basically the reason why we got the spike here. And since then it's again declining. As you can see here, I can see here until yesterday what was happening here. So overall, Bitcoins are taken off the exchanges, the centralized exchanges, and that is of course also bullish for Bitcoin, because the less coins are available on the exchange right now, the less can be sold on the open market, because people store that on a hot wallet, on a software wallet, on a ledger, on a Trezor, wherever they're going to store it, but they're not holding it on exchanges. And the less coins are available on the exchanges, the higher the price has to go, that people get an incentive to actually sell, which will put again more buying pressure on Bitcoin to go to the upside overall. So, and these are huge catalysts for me over the next coming weeks and months, that Bitcoin will see here a price explosion never seen before, and it could already happen as early as next week, the first sign of it. So, and now we are gonna move to the TA part of today's episode. And don't forget, if you want to trade with me together, I'm gonna give you a trade signal by the end of the video. Don't forget, trade on BYBIT. There you still get $5,000 if you sign up here absolutely for free with my link. And there is a new trading competition coming up. You still have time to sign up there. We can together fight for a prize pool of $8 million. The only thing that you have to do is go to BYBIT, sign up for the competition, look for AMC winners, that's my team, and join the team. And once the competition is starting, we are fighting for that prize pool. So now let's go into the TA stuff. So Bitcoin is fighting right now here with that horizontal resistance of 29,325-ish to break above that, and also with that downward sloping key resistance line that Bitcoin cannot manage to break, as it looks like, and that is sitting around $29,400. Yesterday we tried to break it at 29,550, but it got rejected as the other times in the past too. But I still want to lean here to the bullish side, that we potentially break that in the next coming days. And that will only change if we would lose this upward sloping support here at around 29,000. Let's take it from the bottom. 29,126, $29,130 approximately. Only then we will definitely go lower. So until we break that level and we stay above that level of $29,130, I'm not that much concerned that Bitcoin will move here lower, and that is mostly for the reason that we saw yesterday here, that breakout attempt which has failed, and now we are floating around $29,300, which is also technically within that resistance range. Here on the 12-hourly chart, we are technically, okay, I think I have to adjust that line here a little bit. Technically, we're already out. Yeah, we are trying to break out of it on a 12-hourly chart. But I would not be too confident yet about this, because we have still here the underlying bigger support level, and we have also here that imbalance in that candle all the way at 27K. But like I said, as long as we stay above $29,130, I don't believe that we're going to see it. But if we lose that level, we're definitely going to go down. And here's something else that I want to point out. The CME gap, the CME chart closed yesterday actually at the top of the candle at $29,590. And once on Monday we are opening and we are not at this price level, that will bring us by Monday, here, Monday you see it, this will bring us outside the downward sloping resistance line and would then basically confirm a break, and that would also initiate a move higher for Bitcoin into higher levels. I don't believe that we would get pushed sideways out of that downward sloping key resistance line and the CME gap would just get filled and then we drop down like this. I don't believe that. For that, the indicators are resetting too much right now already, and the price is keeping steady, $29,200. And that would be really, really strange if we would see something like that. And of course, because it's summer, nobody would expect a crazy pump right now during the summer. Summer is always slow and boring in crypto. And for that reason, I just don't believe that this is going to happen and that it will catch everybody off guard by moving to the upside. Something else that we also have to be aware of is that we form here also on the 12-hourly chart a potential W pattern here. If we just pump a little bit higher, we get a nice W, and that will just solidify what I just said, that we definitely gonna move here into higher levels. Here on the weekly chart, on a Brave New Coin chart, here you can also see another reason why I'm right now quite bullish on Bitcoin after I have discovered that, is that here this is the historical volatility index with the Bollinger Bands. Every time when we got to a low point on the historical volatility, which is around here, the 34.36% level, Bitcoin has had most of the time a massive run to the upside. Look here, there, run to the upside. That was bull run. Then here we moved slightly to the downside. That, like I said, it's volatility. It can also mean that we go to the downside. But then here, Corona, run to the upside. Here also massive run to the upside and to new all-time highs. Here then again our bear market drop. And now I believe we're gonna see, once we bounce here a little bit more to the upside, that also the price action will follow into that direction. Another reason for that is that the Bollinger Bands most of the time were congesting when we are gotten the low point on the historical volatility, and then we're expanding and leading to this run. So you can see that here, where the price went actually outside the Bollinger Band and moved to the upside. So you can also see this here, that it was congested. You can also see here that they were squeezing. Here that section was also basically squeezing. So here it wasn't really squeezing. That is an outlier. But now we are again squeezing. And that is another reason why I believe that in the next coming days, I think Bitcoin is going here to the upside. I can be wrong. But for now, I believe that this is most likely where we are going with that. And also we are above the middle band of the Bollinger Band on the weekly chart, which is around $28,500, $600, $400. And yeah, if we get a retest of that on the big scheme of things, I don't think that that would be super bearish if we go and retest this. We got really close to it. That might have been already the retest, and getting then continuation to the upside by next week. Also here, when we are looking back on the FOMC chart, where we either pump and then dump or dump and then pump, here has nothing happened yet. And also here, I believe that by next week, early next week actually, that we're gonna see a pump out of that range here, because overall we were dumping the same what we did here, leading into the FOMC. We got a dump and then we pumped. Here also leading into the FOMC meeting, we saw a dump and then we pumped here to the upside. The next FOMC meeting is in 53 days, so there is nothing to worry about yet for the next 53 days, in my opinion, when it comes to the FOMC. So the market has some time to rally here to the upside and potentially get another catalyst from the FOMC meeting that is happening in 53 days. Guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it and you got some value out of it. If you did, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and also activate the bell. And I'm gonna see you then again tomorrow.